Punchie TV! Punchie TV!
Hello, folks. It's Bill. Just me today. Calling number is 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773. Well, I don't know, what do you call this, Bill News producer? All right, we got our Bill News this week. Punchy News. Right. Let's see. Also, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com, Punchie TV, or give me a super chat on YouTube. Y'all know how that works. Probably better than me. All right. Happy White History Month. Happy White History Month. Happy belated 4th of July. And I think that's it. All right. We really want to start off on this, producer. Anyway, all right, let's go to number one.
Woo, you sure gotta climb a lot of steps to get to this Capitol building here in Washington. Well, I wonder who that sad little scrap of paper is.
I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee, but I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will, but
Why?
today I am still just a bill.
Gee, Bill, you certainly have a lot of patience and courage.
Well, I got this far. When I started, I wasn't even a bill. I was just an idea. Some folks back home decided they wanted a law passed, so they called their local congressman, and he said, "You're right, there ought to be a law." Then he sat down and wrote me out and introduced me to Congress, and I became a bill. And I'll remain a bill until they decide to make me a law. I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I got as far as Capitol Hill. Well, now I'm stuck in committee, and I'll sit here and wait while a few key congressmen discuss and debate whether
Their producer is loving this.
be a law. I hope and pray that they will, but today I am still just a bill.
Just a bill. Just a bill. All right, we'll play a little bit more.
Listen to those congressmen arguing. Is all that discussion and debate about you?
All right.
Most bills never even get this far.
All right, we get it.
Decide to report on
All right,
me favorably.
I've had it.
I may die.
Die?
Yeah, die in committee. Oh, but it looks like I'm going to live. Now I go to the House of Representatives and they vote on me.
Oh,
That's
no.
what happens.
Then I go to the Senate and the whole thing starts all over again.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill.
All right.
And if they vote for me,
All right.
Hill, well,
All right, I've had it. All right, I've had it. We got to move on. All right, we got some 4th of July fireworks. This is from X. I don't think we needed to say it's from X. But 4th of July fireworks. You've probably seen some of this stuff, folks. Let's play. Oh, looks like fun. Oh, someone locked the door. Ah. Yeah, folks. Yeah, folks. I've seen a few of these things. This fourth, the 250th birthday of the United States. And I mean, there's stuff like someone had one of those boxes full of that shoot off a bunch of stuff, one after the other, and they set it up on on the top of something else, and once the first or second volley shot off, it fell off over on the side and then started shooting sideways. There's other stuff like I don't know. There's some kind of firework that I saw that was interesting. It's like a 2-stage, and I seen this particular firework. There's a couple of videos out there where it fires up, and then I guess on the second stage it ended up pointing down, so it came right back down to where it came from and blew up. And it happened more than once to more than one person. So I don't know. Maybe that's the El Diablo of fireworks. And the other stuff was like, people out there. Well, there was lots of fireworks. I think they down at the Capitol. Maybe it was the biggest fireworks in the USA's history, something like that. The air was white, like a cloud, with all the smoke. And there's also other stuff, people shooting off. You gotta be careful with those big suckers, like those 10 and you gotta attach the thing to the ground or something like that. Don't just lay the thing in a pipe, like in a tube, under its own weight, and just light it, let it go off, and hope that everything goes right, But it's real lively. All right, let's move on. Elon's new credit card. Well, something like a credit card. It's not really a credit card. All right, let's play it.
X just created a credit card that'll probably wipe out Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. Look at this. This is insane. Formerly Twitter, X will give you 6% APY on your deposits. That's 50% more than if you invest in treasury bills and get yield from the US government, and like 1,000 times more than you'd get just leaving your money in a bank. 6% is nutty. You also get the same insurance you get with a bank account, as well as 3% cash back on all purchases. They also have some sweet features for creators. The point is, Elon isn't playing here with X Money, and he's really trying to create the new financial super app. Do you think that you'd use this X Money card over your current Visa, MasterCard, or Amex? Let me know in the comments.
Probably not. At least not yet. But yeah, they got something called X Money, and right. So you get an X Money bank account, and they'll give you 6% APR. I mean, they'll give you 6% interest on whatever you put in there, and then 3% cash back on any of your purchases. So it works just like a credit card, and it works anywhere Visa works. And apparently you can send money between anybody on Twitter. So basically, you can send somebody money. I guess it works something like WeChat or some of these other things. But if you have an account on Twitter, then you can use that money to send and receive transactions. And, this is, I don't know if he was a founder or the co-founder of PayPal. So it looks like he's Elon's moving to win this one too. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, that 6% sounds really good. I don't know how long that's going to last. Oh, and it's FDIC insured, and if you're like a Twitter Premium Plus user, something like that, you get the other. I think it's the other like $10 million insurance. The big time insurance coverage. So, yeah. We'll see how that goes. It looks good. Looks like it'll, especially with that 6%, that'll raise some eyebrows. I think. All right, let's move on to the next one. Routers. This is from Routers. Brokerages line up bullish call to SpaceX enters the NASDAQ 100.
The swift addition of SpaceX to the NASDAQ 100 index on Tuesday was expected to unleash billions of dollars in passive buying as brokerages kick off coverage of the company with largely bullish views. But shares of Elon Musk's rocket and AI giant slipped in morning trading, at one point dropping more than 6%, reflecting a slide in high-momentum tech stocks on concerns about the longevity of the AI boom. The NASDAQ 100 was also trading lower. SpaceX's debut in the tech-heavy index was set to create another source of demand for its shares, as index funds and ETFs tied to the NASDAQ 100 will need to buy shares to match the benchmark's new composition. Active managers who track the index closely may also adjust their positions. J.P. Morgan estimated last month that SpaceX's addition to the index could draw $4.3 billion in passive inflows. And more than a dozen brokerages, including SpaceX IPO underwriters Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and J.P. Morgan, started coverage of the company with top ratings in Wall Street's first attempt to value it using conventional metrics rather than the investor faith in Musk's long-term vision. Raymond James set a Wall Street high price target of $800, arguing SpaceX could become one of the century's defining infrastructure platforms. SpaceX's IPO was priced at $135 a share. However, not everyone was bullish. MoffettNathanson, KeyBank, and Argus Research have the equivalent of neutral ratings, while CFRA is the only brokerage with a sell rating and a Wall Street low price target of $115. SpaceX, with its market cap of over $2 trillion, joined the NASDAQ 100 less than a month after its stock market debut, making it one of the fastest inclusions ever. That was due to the index's revised rules for newly listed companies looking to enter widely tracked benchmarks.
That's interesting. Yeah, there's, is it going to go up or is it going to come down? Because the pricing is really based on what they're going to do in the future. That's SpaceX. Maybe this is like the biggest IPO ever, so they're kind of maybe bending some rules as far as they can to get it to join the index. The other thing is, we don't know where. I'm kind of skeptical about SpaceX's price right now because, for one, all the people who are actually part of the company or all the early investors, all their stocks are like are all tied up for like 90 days. So after 90 days, we'll kind of really see where things are going. And lately, it's just kind of going. But you know what? The whole market is kind of going down. At least the tech stock stuff is like lately going and taking kind of a dive. I guess especially since today with the Iran thing. The U.S. started bombing again. Stocks don't like all the war stuff. But, yeah, whatever. We'll see where that goes. But especially, after the next 90 days, maybe you'll see where SpaceX will really go. But they have rocket launches in between there. I think a rocket launch and what happens with the rocket launches could actually affect the stock, whether it stays stable, starts going upward, or might take a dive. We'll see. All right, next one. New York Post. Hundreds of masked white nationalists, patriot front supporters descend on Washington for the 4th of July. Hit it.
I hope you suffocate. Heat stroke. Yeah, you do heat stroke. Oh, you've been to the gym. How you sweat.
Don't mean to cramp you up here, sir. Ready for this food? We ain't getting no AC. I'm out of the camp.
No AC? Well, wearing masks is now a thing. I don't know. I don't have much to say about that. More masked people. To join the crowd of masked people that have been around. Now we've been watching for the last, 5 years. Why'd you pick? Was this like a last minute edition? No, I must have missed it. Anyway, all right, folks. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. Oh, this is from ABC7. Oh, prosecutors show video of murder suspect Tyler Robinson from the day Charlie Kirk was killed. Yikes. All right, let's play it.
The man accused of murdering Charlie Kirk is back in a Utah courtroom for the second day of his preliminary hearing. Prosecutors are presenting some dramatic evidence in this case. ABC's Alex Stone is at the courthouse in Provo, Utah.
Charlie Kirk's family arriving for the second day of graphic evidence and testimony in Tyler Robinson's preliminary hearing. On Monday, Kirk's widow, Erica, and his parents left the courtroom when law enforcement described the shooting at Utah Valley University last September.
A lot of people were screaming, standing up, and starting to run in all different directions away from the center of the tent.
Kirk's family members later returned, but then left the courtroom again when videos of Kirk's murder were shown. Only the judge and attorneys could see the videos being played.
It's a graphic video. Mr. Phillips was positioned towards the front of the crowd, and it does depict the moment that Mr. Kirk is shot.
At one point, as a video of the shooting was shown, Judge Tony Graff could be seen flinching. Security at the courthouse is extremely tight. Sharpshooters and tactical teams are on rooftops, and Robinson is being transported to and from court in an armored motorcade. Testimony inside the courtroom could last all week. Robinson has not yet entered a plea. In court today, Robinson's family members are in the front row. Robinson has not been seen trying to make any eye contact with them. Charlie Kirk's family members are 2 rows behind them. Kirk's widow, Erica, has been seen dabbing her eyes with a tissue. Alex Stone, ABC News, Provo, Utah.
What am I supposed to say to that one? Come on, producer. You know, yeah, I remember also that guy is like, I think his the killer's family is actually more conservative, and he was the outlier than the one who's, you know, went and became a crazy lefty, crazed lefty, you know, reportedly. I don't know. It looked really bad when I saw the video I saw of it. I think a lot of us have seen it already. Maybe they have the best shot that didn't quite hit the web. Yeah, but what a mess. What a mess. I think it's one of our, I can't remember what show, that one of our guests said something about Charlie Kirk. Not having Charlie Kirk makes it easier. Man. Let's go on to the next one. Oh. Okay. So this is from NBC News. Platner, I guess is the guy's name? Yeah, Platner. Okay. Faces growing calls to drop out after rape allegation. Oh, no. All right. Let's play it.
Tonight, the pressure is mounting on embattled Maine Democratic Senate nominee Graham Platner, with a growing chorus of prominent Democrats demanding he step down.
I think Graham Platner needs to get out of the race.
Including voters that once supported him.
Oh, tell him, nice try, buddy, but get out.
All after a former romantic partner of Platner's accused him of rape, saying he forced himself on her 5 years ago.
Did Graham Platner rape you?
By definition, yes. Absolutely.
Platner denies her allegation.
Any accusation of non-consensual behavior is categorically false.
But a source familiar with his thinking telling NBC News he's still undecided about whether to step down. Even before the rape allegations, Platner faced a slew of scandals, including online posts where he said a Purple Heart veteran who was shot by the Taliban didn't deserve to live. And Platner had a tattoo widely recognized as a Nazi SS symbol covered up after backlash, saying he did not know its meaning. Still, top Democrats were supporting him.
And I said to myself, that's my kind of man.
I like Graham Platner. You like Graham Platner.
But tonight, both Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders releasing statements saying it's time for Platner to step aside. Platner has until July 13th to step down. If he does, the state Democratic Party would pick his replacement. Tom?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated.
I mean, he's a Democrat. Did he do it? We don't know. But he's a Democrat. He probably did it. These days, man, you never know. She may just not like him. She may just hate his guts for some reason. We just don't know these days, man. Anyway, that's how these things roll. Democrats. Oh, well, I guess the politicians just all turn against you, with the wind. They turn with the wind, basically. All right, let's go on to the next thing. I've got nothing. I don't have anything to say about that. I don't even know this guy. I don't even know anything about him. But, I don't know. He's got some other scandalous stuff about him. So, anyway, all right, let's go to the next one. Next one is, okay, this one's from the Associated Press. All right. What to know as a New York building triggers fears of a collapse. Okay, building collapse. Ooh. Interesting.
Structural columns have buckled inside an under-construction Manhattan high-rise, sagging floors and triggering fears of an imminent collapse. Officials ordered immediate evacuations of the unstable tower and several surrounding buildings. The 1970s-era office building is the former global headquarters of pharmaceutical giant Pfizer and is being converted to luxury apartments. Builders say the 37-story tower is part of the city's largest office-to-residential conversion project, with over 1,600 planned units. Initial reports of falling bricks at around 8 a.m. Tuesday sent firefighters rushing to the busy corridor near Grand Central train station and the landmark Chrysler building. Fire officials said 2 columns appear to have buckled, and there were multiple cracks and sagging floors between the 21st and 26th floor. From the street below, a badly bent column could be seen through a large glass window. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani said engineers are working to stabilize the structure, using drones to monitor the building.
I'm grateful to report that there have been no injuries at this time and that every worker has been accounted for. The NYPD has instituted a frozen zone from 40th to 45th Streets between 1st and 3rd Avenues. These streets have been temporarily closed off to both pedestrian and vehicular traffic.
Oh boy. That's a steel building. And I guess they're working, doing, it looks pretty bad there. Lots of stuff bent. Oh man. Last time I looked, the building hadn't stabilized. In other words, it was slowly moving. But maybe it stopped and stabilized since. That was yesterday, last time I heard about it. Yeah, they were doing some construction on it. They're moving stuff around, taking off the exterior, and changing it to something else. All these things. Well, if you make a mistake, you make a miscalculation. You make a miscalculation, you can get stuff like this. I think it'll probably be all right. We'll see what happens. No. But, yeah, it looked pretty bad. It's a steel building. All right, let's go to, I was thinking Mondown. He's going up there. All for the looks, as usual. Let's go to the next one. New York Post. This time, over 10,000 detained by ICE in 5 days as deportation crackdown escalates. Roll the tape.
We're seeing our arrest numbers come up. We're seeing our deportation numbers continue to increase. Right now, we're deporting on average over 3,000 individuals. Actually, the average has been for several weeks now, over 3,200 individuals a day. 70% of those individuals we're deporting have outstanding criminal charges on them, or they've already been charged with a felony. 70% of those individuals. 70% of the individuals that are men and women throughout DHS arrests, be it ICE, CBP, or one of our other components, 70% of those individuals have pending felony charges or are current felons that shouldn't be on our streets. So when we go after the worst of the worst, which is exactly what we're doing, we're saving lives. This is a statistic I like to put out, but 50% of the individuals killed in Fairfax County, Virginia, are killed at the hand of an illegal. Over 41 individuals year to date have been killed in Tennessee at the hands of an illegal. 100% of those deaths are preventable because those individuals shouldn't be in this country. So when you say surge, we're surging every day because we're trying to restore law and order, regardless if you live in a red state or a blue state. But sanctuary cities create a safe haven for criminal activity, and it shouldn't take place. Regardless of what your opinion is about this administration, regardless of what your opinion is, if you're a Republican or Democrat, we should all agree we should want safe streets and safe cities. So there should be no argument in participating in arresting the worst of the worst. But because of some of the radical policies we have that's happening right here in New York, with the mayor that's not even wanting to fully fund the NYPD, which is, I would arguably say, one of the best law enforcement agencies in the country, and not giving them the resources they need, speaks volume of a socialist's mentality.
Okay. Okay, producer. All right, so yeah, it's good they're moving some of these, and look, it's 70%. 70% of the people that are being deported are, you know, the people who have felonies or should really be out of here. Should be deported, for sure, and they're being deported because they have felonies and they have other stuff on them, and they have warrants out for their arrest and all kinds of mess that's going on, and they should be deported for that mess. And I guess if you're one of their buddies that are around the area, they're close by, you could get caught up in the mess. I think that's what we were hearing about before too. I mean, I don't see anything different there. Also, someone wanted me to, we're talking about this. What's this guy called? What was this guy? He was, the white nationalists. Not white nationalist patriots. This guy Platner. All right, folks, you know this guy, I talked about this guy Platner. He just allegedly did what he did, okay? He allegedly raped this woman, allegedly. I have no idea, okay? Also, what's being reported about his tattoo, and he says he had no idea what it meant. I don't believe him, but it's just me about, what was reported. But, yeah, just to clear that up. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, oh my gosh. That's all this. Oh, there's still some more stuff here. Wow, you went through a lot here, producer. Okay. This is from the Associated Press. Denmark hits back after Trump suggests again that the U.S. should control Greenland. Ooh. It isn't over.
Greenland doesn't help Denmark. Denmark doesn't spend money to really help Greenland. It was Greenland that, and it continues to be, that should be controlled by the United States, not by Denmark.
Greenland is, of course, not for sale. We hope that all, including all allies, will respect the Greenlandic people's right for self-determination. And we are a sovereign state, and we need everybody to respect our territorial integrity and our sovereignty. We are ready to defend every inch of NATO, including our own territory.
Okay. And the beat goes on. And it keeps on going on. All right. That ain't over, I guess. We'll see how that goes. He's been talking about that for years. I guess that's been talking about, the Greenland thing for years because it's kind of a security thing. And Denmark's just kind of a little too far away. And what is Greenland anyway? Just a bunch of ice. It's like basically a big ice shelf. Isn't it? Yeah, something like that. All right, let's go to the next one. Euro news. I've never heard of Euro news. That's a new one. A restraining order needed. Trump says if Italy's PM Meloni. Trump says of Italy's PM Meloni ahead of NATO summit. Uh-oh.
United States President Donald Trump has reignited a bitter diplomatic feud with Italy, sharing a provocative social media post mocking Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni before a critical NATO summit in Ankara. Trump uploaded an image of the two leaders on his Truth social media account with a sarcastic caption suggesting he needed a restraining order against her, with the inflammatory post appearing on the eve of high-level security meetings. The Italian government has indicated that Meloni and Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani are choosing to ignore Trump's post at this time. The personal dispute highlights a deep and accelerating chill in bilateral relations, which began fracturing over Middle East policy, criticism of Pope Leo XIV, and Italy's refusal to permit American forces to use domestic airfields. While Trump did not explicitly refer to it in his latest social media post, he seemed to be building on a claim of his last month that Meloni had begged him for a photo at the G7 summit. Trump said that he agreed to do so out of pity, prompting a fierce response from Rome, stating that neither she nor Italy ever begged. Beyond personal attacks, Trump expanded his criticism of NATO, branding the proportion of Washington's defense commitments part of a ridiculous, non-reciprocal relationship.
Euro news. Can you go back to like that first picture of her that he had in that post? No, the post that Trump made. Yeah, that one. Oh man. That's like anyway. That's funny. All right, let's move on. All right, let's see. Watch Trump speak. Okay, this is from the New York Post. Watch Trump speak Turkish in rare presidential utterance. All right, producer, why? Why? Okay, let's hit it.
Merhaba, Ashkar.
So, folks, he said, hello, sir. In Turkish, he said, hello, soldiers. All right, we get this. We get the picture. All the formalities and the picture-taking opportunities for the press. Y'all get the picture, right? Stars and stripes. All right, we've had enough. Move on. All right. All right, we got a little more here left. Sky News. Sky News. Oh. Anyway, Sky News. Trump plays doctor in wild AI video. Treating celebrities with Trump derangement syndrome. Let's hit it.
And now it's time for a little segment we like to call Only in America. Now, it's no secret that many in politics and the media on the left suffer from a chronic case of what is known as TDS, or Trump derangement syndrome. And you know, it's sad. It's a rare or maybe not all that rare condition, which stops its sufferers from being able to think clearly or even enjoy the little things in life. But don't worry, there's a cure. And I'm going to leave it to Dr. Donald J. Trump to explain it himself.
Have you or someone you know been diagnosed with TDS? The symptoms can be relentless. Fortunately, I'm Dr. Trump, and I have a treatment plan. Let's hear what some of my patients have to say.
After listening to Dr. Trump, I can see some results. I really thought I was a lost cause. This was going to affect me for the rest of my life. But after using the treatment plan, I can see a difference.
I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Constantly angry. I made everyone miserable around me.
The treatment is simple. Turn off. Fake news. Say your prayers, and if you ever feel anxious, just have a Diet Coke like me, and you're going to see a remarkable difference in your life.
And from all of us, we wish those suffering with TDS a speedy recovery. Hopefully, they'll be able to smile again soon.
Yeah, that ain't happening. And it looks like that's going to follow them the rest of their lives at TDS. Wishful thinking there. Let's we're about end here. All right. This is the Associated Press. Mitch McConnell speaks to Republican leaders as he remains hospitalized. Yeah. Well, we'll play this, but Mitch McConnell isn't looking too good. He's strolling to his job in a wheelchair now at the house. Anyway, let's play it.
Questions are intensifying on Capitol Hill regarding the health of Senator Mitch McConnell. The 84-year-old Kentucky lawmaker remains hospitalized more than 3 weeks after his June 14th admission. His office has declined to release any information about his condition, fueling speculation about whether he can return when the Senate reconvenes next week. A spokesperson for Senate Majority Leader John Thune says the two had a lengthy substantive call covering a variety of topics, including national security. The number 2 Republican, Wyoming Senator John Barrasso, also spoke with McConnell for 20 minutes on Tuesday regarding the Supreme Court and upcoming midterms. This latest hospitalization follows a history of health scares, including
to Doc.
What happened? Mitch McConnell. Yeah, he's been in the hospital for what, 3 weeks now, and he's I don't know. He's just a little sicker and a little sicker every year. Hopefully he makes it to the end of his term, but I don't know. Not looking too good. And that's it, producer. We went through everything. What? Oh, we do have one super chat. Thank you for the one super chat, whoever that is. And Graham Platner. You're a Graham guy.
Say again?
No, I'm just looking at this that I have been looking at really suddenly now. All right.
Super chats.
James is here.
That's right. Jermaine first bought a super chat with no message over on YouTube. Thank you, Jermaine.
Thank you, Jermaine.
And thank you, guys. I believe that's all for now.
Yeah, that's it. And I think that's it for this week, folks. Not a lot to... I don't know. This is kind of funny about the building. I don't know. Hopefully everything's all right with the building. Look at...
I had heard you criticizing... I think it was Karen Bass who was retrofitting some office buildings into a few months ago on Punchie TV. There was an office building. Well, you were not criticizing, but you were saying that there's drawbacks and flaws to converting an office building into apartments.
Yeah, because all the piping, it's like residential needs a lot more. It needs a lot more. It needs a lot more piping, for water and sewage and all that stuff throughout the building. Whereas with an office building, you don't need that. The stuff is really all the air and everything else is just really, it's all centralized. It's all like, the bathrooms are all over on this section over here and the drains are all over in that section over there, and they don't, it doesn't all just move around. So retrofitting a big building is like a major, it's like a major pain to do it. It's maybe it's better just to tear it all down and build it all. Again, it might be cheaper.
Yeah.
Or the same price. So, like, we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I guess they're trying to move stuff around. Maybe some important stuff they were moving around, and someone made a miscalculation.
Terrible.
Anyway, folks.
Jermaine gave another saying, have some work. Thank you, Jermaine.
Yes, Hake. All right, thank you, Jermaine. Thank you, Hake.
Thank you.
And we're out of here, folks. See you next week. Bye.
Punchie TV!